What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Be More from the car. You know, whenever I think of something that I want to tell you all right away, I'll pull over to the side, or let's be real, I'm not necessarily pulling over. I'm getting into the car after coming from someplace and I have a message. But I have something that I want to share with you that I thought about. Now, before I've talked about using what you have, before you go to buy new things, whether that is software, whether that is equipment for cameras. Oh, and if you're new here, know that we generally tend to talk about things that will help you be better in terms of your videos and live streams, right? The ER is a key factor here. So that's what I'm talking about. We generally will overbuy or buy too much things or try to scale up when we don't need them, right? So that's one thing, and I've talked about this before. And now I'm going to talk about, and I kind of talked about this before, but from a different perspective. Are you using what you already have? So using what you have, but not just using what you have, but opening what you've bought and using what you have. Tell the truth. I'm pointing at you. You have equipment for making videos, for making content that you have not cracked. The plastic wrap is still on that piece of equipment, that microphone. You have not opened that editing software. You just went to, what's the name of that place? You know what I'm talking about. The software repository where you could buy a whole bunch of different software. I'll put it at the bottom because I can't think of it about it right now. I'm too excited about this. So you go to that repository and you buy a whole bunch of software that you think you're going to need that you actually don't need because you haven't done an assessment of what it is you do need. But it's on sale, $59 for a lifetime, and you never have to basically pay for upgrades, so you get caught in. How many of us have software or tools like that? Raise your hand, because I'm sure a lot of us do. These pretty toys that get that catch our attention and they get lost in the abyss of misfit toys, right? They are on the island of misfit toys. Let's say that right now. And you haven't used them. Well, you've had this. I've heard people tell me, oh, well, yeah, I've had this camera for a while, but I've never used it. Then, my friend, you don't need it. Sell it on a marketplace since you so don't need it. Because if you're not using it, that means you don't need it. Never mind, I don't know how to use it. You haven't bothered to learn how to use it, and so you decide you don't need it. Or you decide that you need it, but it will be at some later point. Meanwhile, 7 years later, you're still using a rubbish camera because you decided you don't know how to use that camera. Have you tried? Have you asked? Have you done your due diligence? YouTube University teaches a lot of things, and guess who else teaches? Me. I am a teacher of all of these things, an instructor. I would be happy to get you up to speed, if you wanted to book a session with me, but that's a different thing altogether. I want you to start using what you have. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to be guilty of saving things for an occasion. So I guess the title of this is also, what the hell are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for that perfect time, that perfect moment? So I used to be guilty of this because my mother is very guilty of this. She would buy things, right? And it would be, oh, this is for, good. Oh, her favorite thing is, this is for Africa. If you are a child of African parents or a child of immigrant parents, you know that everything they buy that comes to the house, oh, I'm saving this for back home. Meanwhile, it never gets there because the magical container or barrel that they're sending back home never miraculously leaves the shores of the U.S. or whatever country you're in. I got guilty, though, of doing those things back in 2010. I bought an iMac, right? Really, when they had started to switch over to these slick, fancy electronics at Apple, I bought an iMac, and I knew I was getting ready to move, so I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to unwrap it. I will unwrap it when I move. And it wasn't going to be too long, but somebody said, I don't understand. Why are you not using it now? Oh, because I want to set it up when I move. So my thing is, what are you waiting for? What occasion are you waiting for before you start to be excellent? Because using that iMac gave me access to a whole bunch of tools. By the way, I did plug it up, right? It gave me access to a whole bunch of tools and a whole lot of other things that my HP laptop nonsense computer did not. No disrespect, HP, but that computer was, it just was. It just existed. The iMac opened up a whole new world of things in terms of what I was able to do with editing, etc. So, but I was waiting for the right setup in the right place in my new apartment. Why? When I could do it now. So what I'm asking you is why? Why? What are you waiting for to unwrap those mics? What are you waiting for to unwrap that camera? So it could be two things. You could be waiting because you're trying to use it for a special occasion, or you could be waiting because you don't know how to use it. In either case, stop that rubbish. Go ahead and open it and start using it today. Okay, I'll give you a day. Tomorrow. You must use, or I'll give you some time. This week, I am challenging you, all the island of misfit toys, equipment for making video that you are not currently using. I need you to get it, open it, and start to play with it. I'm not even going to make you read the directions. Play with it a little bit first, and then once you don't get it, then I'm going to say read the directions, go to YouTube, or go to YouTube first and look up these things and see there. Listen, anything that exists, someone has put a tutorial on YouTube for you to enjoy. Okay, you just have to decide it's important enough. So stop wasting money on things you think you need. Actually do an assessment before you buy any new equipment, before you buy any new software, to make sure you actually need that software. Once you get it, don't wait. Start using it. I understand we're all busy, but there should be no reason that you pass the window of return and then you decide you don't need it. It's because you probably didn't need it to begin with. But if you want to use it, take interest and do that. And don't get caught up in TikTok shop. Don't get caught up with what influencers who are not experts in production say. Don't get caught up in things, oh, because they have it, I have to have it. Why? Why? Because Shalala said you had to have it? Is Shalala an expert? I doubt that. So I'm saying this because it came to me. I want us to be more prudent in how we spend money, because that money could be used for other things. So if you have equipment and it's been several months and you're not doing anything with it, there are marketplaces like MPB that you can sell those things on. You can sell them on eBay. You can sell them wherever, but just take that money and do something else with it. Put it into something that will benefit you, that you are going to use. Stop going on these marketplaces and buying software because they are lifetime and it's like $2 for a lifetime. Stop it. Okay, if you don't need it, don't get it. Don't think, oh well, I'm going to need it down the road, unless you actually know you're going to need it down the road. That's overconsumption too. I think we tell ourselves that, oh, well, I'm going to need this, so it's okay, I'll just write it off. It's still overconsumption. It's something you don't need, or you think you need, that you've talked yourself into needing, or some influencer has talked you into needing, and you actually don't. So we're going to be better, right? We are at the halfway point in 2025. We are going to be better in terms of where we spend our money and using what we actually have. And if we don't need it, sell it. Woo, this was a long one. It was more than a moment, but I hope you got something out of this. And guess what? I am going to challenge you in the comments. I want you to put what it is you have that is sitting wrapped in plastic or that you are not using, and let me know, yes, I am going to use it. I'm going to use it coming up, and I'm going to learn how to use it this week. That's my challenge to you. Okay? All right. Well, I will be back with more good stuff and good information in a little while. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, my friends.